Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Before I get into the recap, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, with the I did finish the week with 12 wins and 3 losses for a win rate of 80%. Not quite the 85% I was looking for, but I know it was still pretty good. I didn't trade that much this week. I just didn't really like too much going on this week. SPY was very, once it goes into one direction, it just keeps going, and just had some. Friday was very choppy and not the greatest action, but we had some good trades. But I'll jump right into it. On Monday the 18th, Trading Days Room, I said SPY calls of a 587.50, which is up here. No, 587.50 right here. Actually, right here. And the first 2 minute candle was red. I've been kind of like, I've been sitting out the first half an hour because of this particular reason. Mondays, typical Mondays, just first 2 minute candle is red and just inside candles. You know, you could have taken higher day right there, right at higher day, and then you could have got stopped out. And if you took a lower day right here, you could have been really close to taking it. Sometimes I take it just a tad bit early, and I could have gotten stopped out there. I mean, I could have taken 2 losses just right here. But I didn't. That's why I sit out the first half an hour, the first trading day of the week, because the market just doesn't know where it wants to go, and that's where it's the most sketchiest, in my opinion. So, but once 10 o'clock broke, 10:04, I took 58.90 calls at 520, which is right up here. I broke higher day, and then went from 520 to 1270 right there. So that was a nice strong play. Then I took puts at 1245, which is right here. Very, very gutsy play. I probably shouldn't have touched that, but I played it underneath. See, they went from 760 to 890, so I took them right around, I think, under 588. I took the 58.95 puts at 760, and they went from 760 to 890. Got a good play out of that. And I took puts again at 215, which is right here. Probably underneath the bodies of these candles, underneath 587.30. I took the 58.90 puts at 590, and they went from 590 to 810. So I might have taken it through VWAP because they went from 590 to 810. So I want to say either under, maybe it was under 587.50. That's probably where I took it. Sorry, my throat is very congested for some reason. Yeah, so the 58.90 puts went from 590 to 810, so definitely a good play out of that. Then I grabbed, let's see, on Tuesday, well, actually Trading Days Room on Tuesday, I said 582, puts into 582, which is down here underneath the slow. Kind of crazy. I mean, we had a V rally right here going into the last half an hour to open. But I did take puts at 950, which is right here. It popped up, had a fake out. Then when it broke lower day right here, I took the 58.35 puts at $7, and they went from $7 to $9.10. Then I took Tesla, but I'll switch over to Tesla in a minute. I took SPY calls at 1232, which is right here. I don't like chasing this, but this I don't mind because you're flagging and it dropped down. So that was the trap. And when it broke higher day right here, when it broke over the 589, I might even take it over 589. I took the 59.05 calls at 630, and they went from 630 to $9. So yeah, I took them at 589. I prefer to take that versus, I know, I mean, if I bought it here, I'm definitely chasing more up here, but that's not the way I look at it. This is straight up chasing. But when it has time to consolidate and flag, that's when it has it's building momentum for more upside. So I'd rather take this or even a big red candle than this little red candle right here. This just doesn't seem like too much. I mean, yeah, it's definitely an FU setup. It's trappy, but I could have taken it. But hindsight's 2020. It's always easy to look after the fact and say, "Oh, I could have just bought it there and it would have worked out." But when you're playing in real time, you don't know. So to me, it just felt too overextended to grab calls right here. So, but when it had these small candles right here, and when it dipped and got bought up really quickly, to me, they were going to pop it again. So that's why I took calls right there. So back to Tesla now. Tesla was on the 19th. I remember this straight. Oops, wrong. There we go. I always type in that one by accident. This was the 19th. Yeah, I remember what I was doing here. It was popped up. It's kind of making making higher lows right here. It looks like an ascending wedge. And I bought it on what, 1117 right here. No, 1117 right here. Oh, I see what I was doing. Yeah, it dropped back down. It came back up, and I bought it right up here, right around the 346 area, and it just dropped down and came back up, dropped down, and it didn't. I stayed in it for a while, and then I finally had it stopped out. I don't know if it was here or over here. No, it stopped out right here at VWAP. I stayed in it because it was making higher lows, and it was making this God, I'm having an ascending wedge right here, where it's making higher lows, but it's flattening out at the 346. Just say 346 area. So I was thinking, okay, it finally breaks over 346, 347. It's going to push to 350, but bullish pattern right here. I stayed in it because it looked good here, looked good here, and I thought, okay, this is the third time. Actually, technically the fourth time. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was going to go this time, and when it didn't, I kind of lost hope and kind of, it's like, okay, I finally cut it. So yeah, I had the Tesla 350 calls at 8:35 here, and I ended up stopping out at 6. So it is what it is. I really thought it was going to go. That's the only reason I took it, because it actually looked good. But then on Tuesday, on a Wednesday, the 20th, traders room on the 20th, I said SPY calls over 592 right up here. Thinking, okay, we're above 592. We're going to probably go back to all-time highs, which is 600 plus change or whatever. Dropped down, first 2-minute candle. First 2-minute candle was red. I ended up buying it at 955, which is right here. Big red candle. The FU setup right here. I love seeing these big red candles and a green candle. Then I took the 58.70 puts at 620, and they went from 620 to 1850 right there. So that was a 200% play. That was a monster play. Then I took calls at 1146, which is right here, right through VWAP, right above 587.40. Or maybe I took it a little before. Maybe I took it at 587. I'm not quite sure. Somewhere I took it in this area right here. I took the 58.95 calls at 660, and they went from 660 to 1380 right in there. Kind of crazy to do that, because usually what I've been doing is when SPY picks a direction, I usually stay with it, and the direction is down. And it hit VWAP, and it didn't make new low a day, so I made a higher low. So I was like, okay, I'll take the chance on a reversal, and it did pop. So I did get lucky right there. And then I had this monster V rally right here. But SPY has been V rallying this past couple weeks, so we're back to the infamous V rallies. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. But lately, just about every play is V rally. No, that didn't even drop to V rally. I mean, it dropped a little bit and it came back up. But yeah, the whole week has just been up, drop, and back to V rallying. So yeah, we caught the calls there, and the last play was 312, which is right here. I see why I took it here. We got over VWAP and it broke over these candles right here over the 588. So I took the 58.90 calls at 440 and they went from 440 to $24 plus. So that was a 400% play. So good day. I mean, we get a 200% play, we get a 100% play, then we get a 400% play right there. So definitely pleased about that. For some reason, I didn't post Thursday or Fridays on Twitter, so I'm gonna have to wing it. So trade ideas on the 21st. I said SPY puts under 593, which is right down here. Did I take it? 593. Yeah, I did. This is the one I jumped in, read it open. As soon as it broke 593, I grabbed it. I grabbed the 59.10 puts at 6:30, and they went really well. I'm not quite sure how much they went to, but if I had to guess, they probably went to $15-20. But then I took puts again at 1027, which is right here. I took the 58.75 puts at 710, and from 710 to just trying to figure out which one I had. I knew I had a loss on the day, but I wasn't sure. 710 to, if I had to guess, I probably got, it probably went to, I sold some like at 940, so it definitely went to 10 at least. So the only reason I sometimes I just don't have time to post the stats at the end of the day. And when I don't, it kind of screws me up when I do the recap. So I have to kind of guess because I usually know how far they went. But I'm just guessing because I don't know. Now the next one I took puts. I did take a loss on this one. 1149 right here. I see why I got I shouldn't have done it though. Bounced up, came back down, and it broke below this 591.50. So I took the 59.10 puts at 750, and it dropped a little bit. Did I even sell any or not? No, then it just went against me apparently. So just double check. What time did I get that? 11:49. So I got it in this candle. Popped up, didn't go green, or maybe it didn't. It looked like it was actually it looks like a little head and shoulders right here. You got the left, the right. So to me, I was seeing a head and shoulders right here, and so I thought, okay, we're gonna dump, but we didn't pop, so I ended up stopping out. So I got them at 750, and I ended up stopping out at 450 or something. Then I took, let's see, last play of the day, I take 59.55 calls at 225. 225 right here, yep. Came up to this area, rejecting higher day. Well, it made new higher day, dropped down, popped back up to make new higher day, rejected and cut back up, tried to make new high, rejected, came back down. And when it came back down, it didn't get to the 20 EMA, but it came close, but then it came quickly back up. And that's when it got over 594.50, I took calls. I took the 59.55 calls at 690, and if I had to guess, they probably went to $7 or $8. I mean, obviously they went to $7. They sell it at $7.60, so they probably went to $8 if I had to guess on that one. So then on to Friday. I didn't do too well. This is the day that was kind of confusing because the swing candles. The candle swings were ridiculous from higher day to lower day, higher day to lower day, and the only way to play these are mid. And but I don't like shorting at higher day, and I don't like buying calls at lower day because I can just flush it on you or dump it on you. But if you did it this day, you would have done good. But you don't know it's gonna do that. Like I said, hindsight's 2020. You don't know it's gonna do it until after it's all said and done. So you have to kind of like guess. But I did buy calls right here at 59.75. Bought them at 550. It popped up, then it dropped, then I ended up adding at 145, which is right here. Or right here I added, then it dumped. So I ended up stopping out. So yeah, I added more at 230, making my new average 390. Then I ended up stopping out, I think at like at $2 or something. Then I took puts at 208, which is right here. So yeah, I stopped out here. When I stop out? 151. Yeah, I stopped out here. I added here, and I stopped out here. But when it's a broke VWAP, or yeah, once a broke VWAP, I grabbed puts. I grabbed the 59.60 puts of $4, and they probably went to, I don't know if I had to guess what I sell them at. Like 5, yeah, they probably went to $6, $7. I think they went to 7, I think. But yeah, it traded terrible this day. But I mean, there's really not much to go on. I mean, these candles are $2 plus candles. I mean, look at this candle right here. Imagine if you bought puts right here. Think in case you popped up, then it opened right here and it dropped. You bought puts and it came back up here. You got stopped out because this is a $2 move. It's $5.94.70. That's almost a $2 move. Actually, that's a dollar plus move, $1.50 move, if I had to guess closely. Then what if you bought calls right here and it dumped? And then if you bought puts right here at lower day, which I thought about, I just wasn't sure, and it got back up. I mean, this is just ridiculous trading. I mean, this is nothing but trapping trading. The only way to do this correctly is to do mid-range trades, meaning that, well, if you did mid-range, well, obviously you wouldn't have known it was a range trade here, but after seeing the first hour or two after 11 o'clock, it's definitely shaping up to be a range because it didn't break lower day. Well, it did break lower day, but it quickly got bought up. Didn't break higher day, didn't break lower day. So at this point, it's telling me it's going to be a range day until it's not. And so the ideal would have been to play like calls right here. Oh, and like I said, puts, when I play puts over here underneath VWAP, mid-range plays. Because the top of the range is 596 and the bottom of the range is 594. So you don't want to buy puts down here, and you don't want to buy calls above 596 because it's a range. But then again, you don't want to buy puts at higher day and it squeeze, because SPY has been notoriously squeezing, and you don't want to buy calls at lower day and have it dump for some unknown reason. Just sometimes it just magically has these big red candles, and look like I said, look at the candles. The candles are like $1 to $2 candles the first hour and a half, 2 hours of the day. This is just ridiculous. This is a kind of count killer kind of candle. So, but yeah, when you start recognizing it's a range, start looking for mid-range plays, start looking for a cluster of candles. I mean, you could have taken puts right here, it's where I had calls, but seeing it's ranging, and you could have taken puts underneath 595.40 and done pretty good. But I did catch it down here, and you could have done the same thing right here, even though it didn't make new higher day. You could have taken it mid-range right there at 594 and still been able to get out get out closer to 594. So you just got to pay attention to the range days and kind of adjust accordingly. So. But that's going to do it for the recap, and I hope this has helped, and hopefully next week will be a little better. Actually, next week, or actually this week, because today's Sunday. Thursday we get off because of Thanksgiving, and Friday's half a day for Black Friday, and there won't be no volume on Friday. Even if you could almost take Friday off and just have a long weekend, because there's no point coming in for a few hours. But also, because many are... have that mindset, that's when you see market makers make these sketchy moves and do something while everyone's not looking. So normally on low volume days, or when the volume's gone in a long weekend, usually nothing happens. But lately sometimes you see some crazy things happen because there's no volume, there's no market participants, and market makers just they can do whatever they want. So and there's not much volume to fight them on it. So you have to keep that in mind for Friday. So, but yeah, I'm rambling about the stuff I should be talking about on the watch list. But anyways, I probably will cover it on the watch list. But like I said, that's it for the recap, and thanks for watching.